Good morning, students. Okay, last class we are done with adding a new variable using what? Mutate. Okay, and then these are the various useful functions. In today's class, we are going to learn about our last verb, that is summarize. Okay, what is the command to view all the columns, all the data in columns?
Everything.
Yes. Okay, already installed it, so because I'm running after a long time, I have to load it. Okay, using library, I'm loading it. Okay, everything loaded successfully. See, what does do? Last word summarize. Okay, summarize collapse the data frame to a single row. Summarize will collapse the data frame to a single row. Example C. Summarize from where? Okay, from flights. Okay, one second. It is opening my data. Okay, let it be there. Okay, summarize. This is my data frame flow. Then what I want the delay. Okay, how can I calculate the delay? Using the departure delay, I am calculating the mean. I want to find what the average of departure delay. For that column, I am giving name as delay that I am summarizing. Okay, what is na dot r equal to 2? We will look it soon. Okay, don't worry. So when I click on this, I get summary data. What is that? My slides are getting delay with an average of 12.6 minutes. Okay, what is this data? This data is for is an average of what? 3,36,000 records of flights, okay, from New York City in the year 2013. Okay, but this is not that much used, okay, not much useful. Average delay of all the flights throughout a year. Okay, the summarize will work more efficiently when you use it with what? With group by function. When you use it what? Group by function. See here, what I am doing first. Okay, okay, the summarize function is very much useful when we use it along with what? Group by function. Okay, see here. First, okay, I am grouping the data based on months. Okay, group by function, group underscore by function. From where? From flash data frame. How you want group by using the month. Okay, for this I'm giving a new name by month. Now here in summarize, instead of giving my complete data set, group it, that is what? My by month. Okay, by month. Okay, I'm calculating the delay. Now see here what is my output. is more meaningful to us. This, okay, average delay of throughout year is meaningful, or average delay of this is January, February, March, like this you can, okay. In July the delay is more, okay, maybe because of climate, winter season, foggy or something like that, okay. Here we can get some insight. If you go month wise, if even if you want daily also you can do, okay. If you want to find the delay on a daily purpose, okay, daily there are around 50-55,000 flights will be there. So if you want daily, what you can do, see, you can group by date and you can group using what, month and day, okay. This also you can use and find out the summarized data. Understood? Summarized directly also will work, but the data will not give us much insight into the data. So what we do, we use all group by along with summarize. This is how we are going to use. Okay. Next, we are going to learn one of the important topic, that is the pipes topic. Okay. What is the pipe? I will tell you. First, look at the question. Okay. What is the question? I want to explore this one. I want to explore the relationship between what, distance and average delay. Based on distance, what is our average delay? Okay. For each location, okay, then I want to use filter the data for flights, okay. First I need to find what is the relationship between distance and average for every location. Then from that I should use a filter function. Then I should show only the location where the flight counts are more than 20, and I also want to skip this location, HNL location. Understood the question, ma? What are the steps? First try to figure out this, first group the data using location. First thing is we need to group the data using location. Then we should find the relationship between distance and average delay, use some mutate function. Then I need to use filters. Okay, then I need to use filters. So how do I write here? First I group the data. First I group the data using what, my destination I have grouped. Then I'm finding the summary. Okay, what is the summary? I want to find what, the distance and arrival delay. I want to find what, distance and arrival delay. Okay, I'm grouping by, I'm finding the summary. Okay, on the data you can click on what, view delay. See, this was your flights data, actual data, all your 3,000 entries. But when you group by data using what, locations, see, using locations you are only having 15 different locations from what, New York. Okay, from New York flights will go to only 105, sorry, 105 locations. So these are my 105 different locations. How did I get a 105 different location? Using group by to destination, that is our location. Okay, destination using count function. Again, what is count function, will don't worry. So using count function I'm counting number of flights. Okay, number of flights to ABQ are what, 254. Number of flights to Atlanta are 17,000. Australia are 2,000, likewise. Okay, few. And if you see A and C, there are only few flights. Okay, good. I found out the mean. Okay, mean of distance. Okay, using mean I found out the distance, how much distance those flights travel. Okay, those flights travel this many distance. Okay, then I already have individual delay, so I'm just finding out the mean of delay so that I get the mean delay also. Okay, next, what is my second objective? Second objective is, so I want to filter in which the count of flights should be greater than 20. So what I use filter using my new data frame delay. Okay, wherever count is greater than 20 and destination is accept HNL. Do I HNL here? See, HNL is there. I don't want HNL, and wherever the count is less than 20. What is count is less than 20 means C8. This 8 I don't want. HNL I don't, totally I don't want 9. So in 105, if I subtract 9, I will get 96. And now we'll see. I will run this filter, then delay. See, it is showing 86 plus this 10, 96. Understood my here any doubt? This is our question and these are the answer. Any doubt here? Unless and until you understand this, you will not understand the coming thing. Is it clear? A query was given and we broke that query into small parts and then we solved it and finally we got our answer with 96 rows. Okay, this is how you generally do. This is how you generally do. But what topic we are learning? We are learning the topic of pipes. We are learning the topic of pipes. So using pipes, this can be solved in a different way. Okay, the same thing, but easier way. We'll see what is that. What we have done so far, we have grouped the data, then we use summarize, then we use filter. Okay, the same thing can be used using pipes. Okay, what is pipe percent greater than percent? This is how you write the pipe symbol. Okay, this is the pipe symbol. For pipe, you pronounce it as then. Okay, like in C pointers, for ampersand we call it address of operator. For star we call it value the location. Okay, likewise this pipe is called as then. So the same query, okay, the same query what we are written here, first group by summary filter, same thing I'm writing here. Same thing I'm writing here. See here. Here I'm creating what? New data frames. No need to create new data frames. What it is telling, I want to find the delay. First you take flight set, then you group by using destination, then you summarize, then you filter. It is like a normal English. Okay, if then kind of thing. Okay, but here we don't have if, we have then, means one step followed by another, one step followed by another. Understood the difference? Here we are doing group by storing the intermediate result in destination. Okay, by destination we are doing summarize, storing the result in delay. Okay, then using the delay, I'm storing my final output in delay one. Here doing everything directly storing in delay. Okay, how are we solving this? By using the pipes. Okay, what is pipes? It is percentage greater than percentage, and we call it as a day. Okay, there is not much difference in syntax here. I'm doing flight, then I'm group by, then summary, then this. Now I run this. I got my same 86 plus 10, that is our what? 96 columns. Clear up to here, ma? Yes, no.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now we'll talk about missing values. Missing values means this, we have to keep on using na dot rm equal to 2, na dot rm equal to 2. Now we will see what will happen if you don't give na dot rm equal to true, if there are any missing values in our data set. Okay. Departure delay. Departure delay. In departure delay we have NS, yes or no? In departure delay we have NS. I would like to run few formulas on departure delays. Okay, what I'm doing, I just want to find the mean. I just want to find the mean. See, from flight data, then group by month, then find the delay. The same thing which you have done earlier, okay, in group by. See, you got only NS. Why did you got NS? Okay, because there is a generic rule. Okay, what that rule says, okay, whenever you use aggregation function and if there are any missing values, if there are any missing values, then the output will be a missing value. This is a generic rule. Okay, what does the generic rule say here? Okay, we got a lot of missing value. That is because aggregation function obeys the rule of missing value. What is that? If there is any missing value in the input, the output will be a missing value. Okay, so fortunately for our aggregation function supports na dot rm equal to what is na dot rm is what? Remove nas. Means remove nas will not or will remove while calculating the aggregation functions. It will neglect while calculating the aggregation function. It will neglect. Already we have seen what function e dot na. Okay. Already we have seen that is dot na of x will tell whether okay x contains na or not. Okay, like that. We also have what na dot rm. Okay, na dot rm. Na dot rm will tell what? So remove na while calculating the aggregation function. So see here the same thing without na dot rm equal true. I am getting this. See here the same thing with na dot rm equal to true. See here flights, then group by month, summary, mean of delay. Okay, but here I did not add na dot rm. If there are no ns in the data, you will not get ns, you will get the values. But even if there are some thousands of data and you have only one na, if there are thousands of data and you have only one na, then also you will get na. But when you use na dot rm equal to true, that ns are neglected and you get the values. This is our missing values. Okay, if you don't want to use na.rm equal to true, there are other ways. What are the other ways? I need to create another data set, data frame. What is the data frame? From flights data, you filter off all not NAs. Okay, that is what not of is NA. Is NA means if it is a NA true, I will pick up only the data, which is which does not contain NAs. Okay, then I do the mean. Okay, this is a lengthier process. Okay, this is a lengthy process. So I prefer using directly na.rm equal to true. Mm, see, okay, what does this count has given? Okay, per destination it has given me. Okay, how many flights were there? Okay, this count. Okay, now we'll see what that count is about. Okay, whenever you do any aggregation, okay, let it be any type of aggregation, it is always a count. Okay, it is always a good idea to include the count. Why? Okay, while doing aggregation, it will mix up the data and we might miss that the conclusion can be based on what? Small amount of data. I should know my conclusion is based on very small amount of data or a reasonable or a whether the number of count cross my threshold value. Okay, okay, we'll try to explore the example. Okay, let us look at the planes. Okay, identified by the tail numbers. Okay, tail numbers are nothing but what? The plain numbers. Okay, that have the highest average delay. That has the highest average delay. So what I do? Already I have what? Not cancel data. Where is my not cancel data? This is my not cancel data. Okay, what is not cancel data? If there is no departure, okay, if there is no missing value in departure delay and there is no missing value in what? Arrival delay. Okay, if the two data is not there, that means flights have been cancelled. If data is not there, that means flights have not been cancelled. Okay, I'm picking up the data and I'm grouping using my what? My tail number. Then I'm summarizing the data. See here. Okay, but see here. If you include a count here, then what will happen? See the difference. You get an idea. This particular flight has been delayed by what? 31 minutes. But if you observe carefully, this particular flight is delayed with the same thing, but how many trips it has made? It has made only 4 trips. For 4 trips, this much delay is not acceptable. Okay, but if you carefully, this flight N0Q delay is only 9 or 10 minutes. Okay, delay is 10 minutes, but how many times it has traveled? It has traveled 352 times. Okay, so this is acceptable, this is acceptable, this is not at all acceptable. Only for 4 trips it has given a delay of 7 minutes. But see here, for like if you don't have this count, if you have only the delay, using delay we can't come up with a conclusion. Okay, we might take conclusion based on what? Set of values. Understood why count is important? Okay, so is that one function. This is with count function. Okay, next we look at some useful what summary functions. Okay, some useful summary functions can be what? Our mean and median. I hope you know what is a mean and median and everything, so you can run this code. Then for measure of spread, it can be what? Standard deviation, or it can be interquartile range, and it can be what? Mean absolute deviation. These functions are very simple. You can directly call them. Okay, you can directly call them as HD or IQ or MAD for median. Even you can measure the ranks. Okay, how can you measure the ranks? Based on what is the minimum value or maximum value, based on some quartiles or decile. These are the things. You can even measure the positions. Okay, if you want to know first position, you can directly give first of x. If you want last position, you can give last of x. If you want to get the second position, then you can give nth of x comma 2. From that data you want the second position. If you want fourth position, you can give what? Nth of x comma 4. Okay, and then count, which we have already seen. Okay, count we have already seen. Okay, count, we already discussed here. Here solved many different things. Okay, the same logic. Enough will give us the count. You can mix count and proportional. Okay, logic value. This you can go through it once. You'll understand. Hmm. This is something else. How to group by what? Multiple values. I want to group by multiple values. Observe carefully. Okay. First, what I'm doing, I'm grouping the data based on day. Okay, every day. Okay, that is nothing but daily. If I give only year, it will give year. But if you remember, it is only for 2013 data. So summarize. Okay, for year it will give only one value. So at least going by months is good. Okay, but we'll do it slowly. First, what I do, I summarize. I group by day. So I'm combining the data per day. Okay, after summarizing the data per day, what I'm doing, I'm counting the number of flights per day. Per day, how many flights are there? So using n of function, see. Okay, in year 2013 on January 1st, total there were what? 842 trips. Okay, number of departures were there from New York airport. On day 2 it is around 900, day 3 likewise. Okay, this is the data of Delhi. Suppose I want to do it per month. I do it per month. So what I do, I use what? Summarize the data. So I take my daily data and then I find flights, sum of flights. Sorry, completed run. One second. Uh, see, there were a total of 27,000 records in the month of January, February, March, April, May. This was daily data. This is monthly data. Now I want what? Yearly data. If yearly, if you remember, it should turn out to be what? Something around 3,36,000. See, I got the actual data 3,30,000. This is the data. This is how I do what? Grouping by what? Multiple variables. Grouping multiple variables. I'm grouping everything. Again, I'm grouping it. First, I'm grouping it day wise, grouping the day wise into month wise. Again, I'm grouping that month wise into what? Year wise. Don't you think writing directly will give me this data? Can anyone help me? Means year, summarize.
Sir, RIC.
Okay. Okay. Summarize flights, comma. mm, okay. Why do I use brackets? I use brackets so that I get my output. Okay. Now tell me what output will I get? Will I get 3,36,000 or not? Like I got for this per year. I got it. Yes or no? Suppose I want it this output. I want this output. Tell me how to write it. Just tell me. Will this work? Yes. Why it is not working? Tell me. I can't use group by and summarize. I should first. I'm getting or not? Okay. So what I mean to say, directly you can do it. Directly also you can do it. Okay. But here what we are learning, okay, we are learning grouping by what? Multiple variables. Step by step how we are doing. Okay, this data I'm taking, I'm putting here. So I'm using what? Summarized data. Here I'm taking the main data, flights. From main data I'm finding out. But here what I'm doing for month, instead of taking flights, okay, instead of taking flights, what I'm using, I'm taking the data from my per day data. And then I'm using what? Sum function here. Okay, not count function. Any what? Count function. Either you can do it using count function, using sum function. So for solving a problem, there are multiple ways. Okay, this is one thing. This I am picking up from grouped data. Okay, see now daily, is my daily a grouped data or not? My daily is a grouped data. Okay, from that group data, I want to find the number of flights. Okay, I want to find the number of flights. So I want you to show the difference. See, if I use this data, this is the group data. So I get outputs based on the group. Okay, but I want to have what a summarize for everything. Then what I need to do before running any aggregation, I should ungroup it. How to ungroup? Using ungroup function. So this group data is ungrouped, then I use summarize, then I get the single out. That is the functionality of summarize. Okay, summarize will what give me will collapse the whole data into one row. Okay, so this is that. Hmm. Okay, that is about this. Okay, what is saying, you can even apply what mutate filters on this. Okay, on group function. So please go through few things. Okay, which are very simple and straightforward. This group mutate and various operations. Okay, min max. Where are those? This one. What is first, last? Okay, this you can go through. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. I'll clarify it again. Okay, clear. So this is end of your first part of module 4. Then in next part you have what EDA, exploratory data analysis. In next lab we will be continuing the remaining things. Okay, remaining functions, and the next coming class we will start our EDA. Clear, ma? Any doubts? Okay, already this script as well as this book I have uploaded now. Okay.